A small part is anything that can fit into a choking tube and fall into it unobstructed. That includes parts that can be pulled off like an eye or break off of a toy when dropped. If you design a toy that can produce a small part, that toy is not going to be safe for kids ages 0 to 3. Oh, hey! Yeah, come on in. Did you hear about the latest toy-tastrophe? Uh-huh. Yep, the alpaca one. Yikes. Yeah, let me tell you all about what happened. So there's this company called Inkari. They're known for making blankets to socks, and it's all from alpaca fur. Their whole business model is focused around a circular economy of alpaca farms. It's pretty cool. But I guess since they were so successful with the other alpaca products, they decided that it would be easy enough to break into toys. In November of 2025, they had to recall about 64,000 of their plush alpaca toys. All because of these little tiny plastic eyes, because they could detach. Because of that, the CPSC immediately recalls the product, noting it as a choking hazard for children under the age of 3. Actually, tell me something. When you look at this product in the box, what age do you think this is made for? What do you think when you see their website? What age grade do you think that this product is for? All right. Oof, they wrote loved by all ages. And when you look at their Amazon, what age does this look like it's for? Well, I'm asking because this is part of the reason for their recall. On Amazon, this product is clearly listed as a toy, which means toy safety laws apply. Part of toy safety laws is getting your product tested for the toy safety standard, ASTM F963, to get the product properly age graded on the packaging and that you're marketing toward the intended age grade only. So much of that is why the CPSC might have flagged this product. Not only is this toy missing the 0 to 3 choking hazard warning that you would see on the front of the box, but the way that it was written on the bottom of the box is so confusing. Age warning 0 plus, warning small parts choking hazard. It's just not the way that it's supposed to be written. All of this is what culminated in the brand's unfortunate recall. Okay, so here's what you need to know to avoid this toy catastrophe from happening to you. It's the small parts rule. It applies to any and every toy that you may create and sell. Okay, how do you know if your toy has a small part? Well, you need this. A small part is anything that can fit into a choking tube and fall into it unobstructed. That includes parts that can be pulled off like an eye or break off of a toy when dropped. If you design a toy for a kid ages 0 to 3 that can produce a small part that can fit inside this choke tube, that toy is not going to be safe for kids ages 0 to 3. Now, to find out if your toy will pass this test, you've got to send it to an accredited lab and run the US Toy Safety Standard, ASTM F963. You can pop on over to Amazon, get your own safety first choking tube, so you can test the parts of your toy yourself by popping them in this tube and making sure that they don't fit in the tube unobstructed. Now, if your product was designed for kids ages 6 and up, you could have a small part in the toy, that's fine, but it still would have to be labeled that it's not safe for kids ages 0 to 3. Another way you can avoid this, if you're making a plush, just avoid eyes that are sewn on. Do embroidered eyes or printed on eyes. If you really want to use those beaded eyes, run your own pull and torque tests, but they have to be run to the standards of a toy safety lab. I will put a link to this choke tube in the description below. When you do run your toy safety test, make sure that you keep a copy of all of your documentation. When you get that pass and you get all of the recommendations of what you should put on the box in regards to that pass, keep a copy of it. And also add batch numbers to your product so that if you do your first run of 1,000 units, that has batch 001 001, and then your next run is batch 002. So if you ever have a recall, you don't have to recall everything. You can just recall the affected batches. Okay, so you might be wondering what is going to happen to anyone that bought these. Well, consumers are being told to destroy the merchandise, to reach out to Inkari for a full refund. With the refunds that Inkari is required to do by the CPSC on this recall, on the low end, this is a $1.6 million mistake for the company. I know. So look, if you're gonna develop that toy or game idea of yours, make sure you understand toy safety first. You don't have to be a pro, but you do have to know when to bring the pros in and what they should be looking for. Don't worry, I've got a toy safety bundle just for toy makers. Just check the description below for a link to get yourself a copy so that you can avoid ending up in a toy catastrophe like this one. Oh, you gotta go. Totally get it. Me too. I have a ton of work to do. Yeah. No, super busy. Yeah.